So I'm here with Joel Gott and the Edge Hill property. This is a spot, Joel, that has a lot of history, and your history starts pretty much right now. You just bought it. Tell us a little bit about the older history of this place.
So the older history of this vineyard, right? This vineyard only dates back 20 years. It was planted in 2000 as mixed red varietals, mostly Petite Syrah, Zinfandel, Grenache. There's some Alicante in here, a little bit of Barbera. And the goal when they planted this vineyard was to make just basically a mixed field blend. We've heard lots of stories about the thoughts behind why they planted it like this, and the viticulture behind it, and some pretty impressive wines made, especially in the 13 vintage out of this. So our goal has been rehabbing the vineyard this year to bring the best that we can out of it, all the way from the irrigation, just the farming practice, the pruning, everything we can. We've learned a lot with this vineyard. It's just the way that it had been pruned over the last 20 years. It looks like it's much older than it is, but the way that they develop the canopy or the head of it is like a big bowl or a goblet. Pretty unique, long, drawn-out process to get it to look like this. So we'll be very interested to see what type of mixed red varietal we'll make out of here this year. All signs, the vineyard looks pretty happy this year. We've got a pretty decent crop. Weather's been on our side. The Edge Hill property itself is super iconic. I mean, all the way back from 1867 when it was founded as the Edge Hill Vine Company. Probably most famous, multiple famous people through here. Shatner built a distillery here in 1880 where they patented the vacuum still. The Martinis, probably the most famous of the locals, lived here from the 1950s through 1999. And then the Rudd family, Leslie Rudd, bought it in 99 and just rebuilt everything, including this vineyard, rebuilt the stone wineries, the distillery, the gardens. I mean, it's really a very unique icon of Napa Valley. You just don't see many three-story stone buildings and a distillery in Napa Valley, let alone St. Helena. So we're pretty excited to be the next steward of the land here.
And you got this classic kind of field blend, which harkens back to what would have been planted here in the 19th century. So this is not a Cabernet, nicely manicured vineyard. I mean, are you having fun with this? Or I mean, this is quite a mystery, right?
Yeah, no, it's been a real mystery. I mean, to be honest with you, the first instinct was like, I should probably rip it out and plant Cabernet. But, all the viticulture expertise that we brought in, Kelly Marr being one of them, just said like, no, this is so unique here in Napa that we really should give this thing a chance and see what can be done with this. You just don't find this type of viticulture or this type of field blend planted here in Napa Valley. So the hope is that what we bring back out of this vineyard this year will be a mystery, just because we it'll be our first vintage from it, but that we can make something really unique out of this that you just wouldn't find in the valley.
And you have the Edge Hill brand as part of the purchase of the estate, and that this vineyard used to go into a wine that was a field blend from that. So the idea is to try to continue that?
Correct. So all the wines from Edge Hill will be called Edge Hill wines. Nothing to do with Joel Gott wines. Different theory behind all of it. And then the rest of the fruit, besides this field blend that we'll make from here, will be fruit that we buy from outside of the property, from Napa, Sonoma, primarily is where we'll shop for other varieties of some people on Cab. Merlot, Cab Franc.
Joel Gott, the newest steward of Edge Hill. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.